don't know what happened to me. I just know I was trying to fight. I was fighting for my life. A grown-ass man. I was fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying?
We met best friends Mika and Queen at Mika's home in Montgomery County. They just got home Tuesday from what was supposed to be another one of their adventurous week-long vacations, this time to Tunisia. That's in northern Africa.
It was traumatizing. Like, even here, like now, like she got her own house, I got my own place. We stayed together. Like, we still scared because it's like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if y'all...
Mika says this past Saturday night, after returning from a club, she was drugged and kidnapped from her hotel after going to the lobby to get some tissues.
The next thing I remember, I'm in the back of a car, and I just start opening doors. I start panicking. I'm opening doors. I'm trying to get out.
She says a man was behind the wheel.
He's trying to pull me back in the car. I'm yelling, help, help, somebody help me. He's covering my mouth. That's where these scratches from. He punching me all right here. I don't know if he thought he was going to knock me out, but I kept fighting. It was nothing. It had to be angels or something with me for me to... It's a grown man. He's punching me in my face, on my forehead, and both of my eyes. He's punching me. So I'm like... I just kept thinking I gotta get back home to my kids. Like, I just gotta get back home to my kids. So I just kept fighting. We were fighting. He's hitting me. We going blow for blow. He's hitting me. I'm hitting him.
Queen was back at the hotel, the Penthouse Suites Hotel in Tunis. This is from its website. She says they were less than helpful.
And I'm running around the hotel looking for her. And like, bro, y'all want to tell me where she is? Like, what's going on? What's going on? And they started telling me like, oh, she left with this person, or she left with this person, or she made a friend. And I'm like, how can she make a friend? She doesn't speak these languages.
Mika has 2 black eyes, scrapes on her arms, and other injuries. She was able to get away and frantically make it back to the hotel.
All I could do was like go and try to get help and go downstairs and beg for help and beg for help. Like, please, y'all help me. She was hurt. Please help me, please. I have videos. They're like walking away. They like, this didn't happen here. We don't know what you're talking about.
They called the U.S. Embassy in Tunis and were soon met by embassy staff and local police. Mika sharing her story on TikTok and Instagram.
They really tried to kidnap me in Africa. I feel like they never expected for me to come back. I was not supposed to come back to the hotel. I was supposed to, whatever plan they had for me, God had another plan.
We've reached out to the State Department, the Embassy of Tunisia in Washington, and that hotel in Tunis, but haven't heard back from any of them.
Cupid doesn't like, but you wanna just give it a try, give it a try. But you wanna just give it a try. Hey, girl, if I tell you I need you, that doesn't mean that I don't care.
What a...
Oh
God, it's still going. Okay. Yeah.
Don't you think that I will never be there here? Cupid.
Is that a real song? Is that a Drake song?
One of my favorite songs of all time.
Your songs?
Nope.
Who sings them?
112.
Let's let them sing it.
I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit.
Y'all look at my face. I cannot believe this shit. Like, they really tried to kidnap me in Africa. And if that shit happened to me, I know it happens to other people. And I just was blessed enough to get the fuck away. But all right, so when I came out here Friday. Friday night was cool. Saturday night we went out. I'm not a party person, so like an hour into the club, I'm like, you know, I always do this, nothing new. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the hotel. It's hella taxis outside. It's a lot of people out there. So the taxi brings me back to the hotel. I come upstairs. Well, no, I go to the front desk because I needed a key. My key, I don't know where my key was, but I went to the front desk to get a key. So they gave me a key. I come upstairs. Then I'm like, dang, it ain't no tissue. I go back downstairs. I go to the front desk. God, that is the last thing I remember, being at the front desk. The next thing I remember is waking up in the back of a fucking car. I start freaking the fuck out. Like, I'm trying to get out. And once I get out, this guy, that shit is blurry. I thought the front desk, all that shit is blurry. I don't know what woke me up. I don't know what they gave me, what they did to me. I don't know. The last thing I remember is being at the lobby. So, the guy, you know, he get out the car. We're tussling. We fucking fighting. Like, I'm fucking fighting for my life. Like, I'm really like, all I could think about was my fucking kids. Like, man, I gotta get back on my kids. I'm really fighting for my life. Like, this nigga's punching me. Y'all can see, like, he's telling me, shut up. I was not, like, giving up wasn't an option. Like, I really was fucking fighting for my life. So I managed to get away by the grace of God. I don't even know how I really got away. It's all woods. I just started running. I did not look back. I'm running fast as shit to where I could see cars and lights. I'm running fast and shit, but this shit is blurry. I don't know what they gave me or did to me. So once I get, you know, I finally was able to wave somebody down and get some help. A taxi brought me back to the hotel, right? So, okay, y'all, I'm in the airport. So I'm going to keep talking about it, though, before I forget. So the taxi brings me back to the hotel. So I'm running there. I tell Queen, y'all, I'm with Queen, so just keep up with me. I tell Queen, I'm like, they fucking took me. She telling me I'm yelling out shit, like, I was fighting for my life. What do you want? She like, you just was so, you was in distraught, like you was in shock. You was crying and all that stuff. So, she got up, she asked in the hotel, y'all, the hotel would not show us no videos. They were just not helping us. They did not call the police for me. They did not give a fuck. That's how I know the hotel has something to do with it. Because it just doesn't make sense. So, what they're saying, right? They're trying to say that I never came back to the hotel. Like, once I, like, out their words of their mouth, they said I got snatched from the club. For one, how the fuck you know I was at the club? Two, if I got snatched at the club, where in the club I have this purse, I'm recording with this phone in the club, like we're having a ball. I got this purse on, and I'm recording this phone. How the fuck did my stuff get back in the room if I never came back? He keep trying to say, oh shit, y'all, it's just so much. That shit just so much. But when I say I was fighting for my fucking life, like, they did not expect for me to make it back to that hotel. I was never supposed to come back to that hotel, yo. I was never supposed to come back. Then, you know what I'm saying, once I'm back, everybody, they looking so crazy. Everybody looking so crazy. Queen go back downstairs, nobody wants to talk to her. We don't want to talk to you. Now nobody know no English. And for y'all to keep telling me that I never came there after the club, yes, the fuck I did. Yes, I know I did. But if I didn't come back after the club, right? Or if I, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't come back after the club, how the fuck is my stuff in? And say if I didn't, you know what I'm saying, what they saying, if I didn't, if I got taken from the club, or if I willingly walked out of the hotel, you're gonna show me. You were so pressed to show me running in while it was light time, distraught. That's the only video they showed. But when I'm running in, I have no purse, I have no phone. You know why? Because my shit was upstairs, because I was upstairs. Man, this shit is so stressful. I don't even know what to do, how to go about this, who to say nothing to. I don't know. I don't know. I did not come here like this. All of this right here is all over my body. Okay, y'all, and then it's just a lot of weird shit going on. Like, the manager decided, remind me this happened Saturday night, Sunday morning. Once I got back to the hotel from escaping, I stayed in my room. I didn't want to go nowhere. I had booked a flight. You know, the next available flight was in the day. You think they came and checked on me? You think he asked? You know why the police showed up? Do y'all know why the police showed up? The police showed up because the hotel said Queen was being disruptive and, like, you know what I'm saying? Down there being too loud and shit, yelling at them, disrespecting them and shit. They never knew nothing I was talking about pertaining to me, or nothing she was telling to me. I had to call the fucking embassy, the U.S. embassy. They came and they brought their own police officers. And then even the guys that was police that night kept telling Queen, oh, come with him. Go with him to make a report. Go with him to make a report. We showed the real police that the embassy run, and he said that's not one of our guys. What the fuck? Like, I cannot make this shit up. And then the manager, I got a picture of him, y'all. He telling me, oh, it was just, so Monday, we going downstairs to talking shit. So he could show us the cameras. He tell me, can you just stay in the room? And she go, we like, no, we not, like, nobody going nowhere by themselves. Y'all janky. He asked me, he like, you got some sunglasses, or like, can you cover up? Fuck no, I want everybody to see what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, it happened here, from here. I know for a fact I was in here. Y'all keep trying to tell me I wasn't here. But how did my purse that I had at the club, which I'm on camera in the club with my phone in my purse, so then when I get back to the hotel, I don't have no phone, no purse. That's what they showing me. I don't have no phone, no purse. I don't even have shoes on. But my shit is upstairs. Then he like, oh, this was an accident. What the fuck do you mean it was an accident? This is the craziest shit I've ever been in my life. I travel a lot. It's not my first time out the country. It's not my second time out the country. I travel a lot. And the hotel won't show all the videos. If y'all innocent, just show the videos. You were so supposed to show me, oh, this is when she came back in. That's what they try to do. Oh, this is when she came back in. After I got into all that, you know what I'm saying? No, the fuck. That's not when I came back in. Y'all didn't expect me to come back in. That shit crazy.
Leaving. Yes. See, she has a purse. You see?
ديجا هذه ما خلصتش التاكسي.
Do you see she has a purse, right? You see that?
لا هذه حتى رجعت ما خلصتش التاكسي. رجعوا بعدين ما خلصتش التاكسي الولاد عم طلعوا لي هو مشى هز التاكسي الاخر الديستريبيتور جبد خلص التاكسي نتاعو هو نتاع حسين نتاعها هاي.
This is at 1 a.m. Like I said, we left about 1 a.m.
So go to 3.
1 a.m. What's the 1 a.m. Where?
Let me say that's the time. Okay.
Let's see. Now the time. وقتاش رجعوا من بعد من التاكسي؟
رجعوا ما حكيت ل 4 تاع الصباح.
هذيك واش قالت لك انت وقتاش رجعوا؟ حط لنا وقتاش رجعوا.
Go to 2.
حط 2. 2 o'clock.
They came outside, but I was taking another way out. You know what I'm saying?
رجعوا متعاركين هو وحده في تاكسي وهي وحدها في
It should
تاكسي.
show you coming in, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Around like 2:50. 3 o'clock.
هي رجعت وحدها في التاكسي والراجل رجع وحده في التاكسي.
Like 2:43 I was telling you where
Go to 2.
كل هذه وريت لنا التصوير بتاعه في الانستغرام.
No, we at 2. We at 2 o'clock.
من اللي كسر معاه براسي مش كويس. لما ما عندش حق يشتري عم اشتري. اتكلم صفارة
Can you go to 3 o'clock? 3?
3
Yes. Right here.
ستوب.
Yeah, so, you know, it's clearing that. I'm on my way to my mom's house. But, hey, so, she's so fucked up. Like, I don't even know. I tell my kids. Yeah, black eye, I'm on my way to my kids. What do I tell my fucking kids? I get everybody, you know, some of y'all supporting, some of y'all keep being funny. This shit not funny. Like, and then how hard y'all going on me? I hope y'all go on the hotel harder. Tell them, see the video. Where is the video? Fuck is the video? All they gotta do is send what happened to me. Like, it's so simple. But I'm just so sad. So sad.
After takeoff tonight? Yeah.
Up at the end. Nice. I'm trying to laugh. Yeah, I'll be on, what's this? TikTok, and I be saying, girl to the wham in the circle. Girl to the wham in the circle. I'm like, oh, they happy as shit. But I'm crushed. I don't know what y'all want me to do, what y'all want from me. I appreciate y'all's support, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's not no joke. It's not no game. I don't want no clout. I've been had the clout. I'm me. Ask anybody that know me. It's just it's so fucked up right now. I can't. It's so crazy. It's crazy. My face kind of trying to, you know, my face trying to clear up. Is I still red? Is I still black? Is I still black? But God had a plan for me. And I'm going to follow that plan. I promise y'all. But I just appreciate everything, you know. I'm on the way to my mom and my babies. I'll share that with y'all, but I'm just so excited. And at the same time, I'm so emotional. Like, flight got delayed like 2 hours, you know, like, it's just crazy, but the people that showing love, I appreciate you guys. That's all I got to say.
Guys, I don't know how many of you have heard about an incident that happened to an African American woman from Maryland. Her name is Meek. It was really bad, guys. It was terrorizing just listening to her story. I was so frightened. I was like, oh my gosh. This is what happened to the lady. It was terrible. She shot like video footage of just how bloodied she looked, and they tried to kill her, these guys. It was bad, you know. And I'm really, really sorry for Mika. She's now back in the United States of America, united with her family. It's great. We thank God. But since this incident, since her report of this incident, there's a lot of people on TikTok who have been doing videos talking about how Africa is a dangerous place. This incident happened to Africa. They're not going to Africa, and this whole thing. And I'm here, guys, to just let you know, I'm originally from Kenya, which is in East Africa. And I want to let you know, for those of you who have been thinking about going on safari, going to Africa to explore and to just find out how it is, please do not get the impression that the entire continent of Africa is like this. It is not. It's not like this. This incident happened in North Africa. Guys, I'm going to prove something to you really quickly so that you all understand. I'm going to use data from an organization called Mixed Migration Center to make my argument so that we focus on what is the reality on the ground, okay? Give me a minute. This paper was written by Chloe Sydney in April of 2025, this year in April, okay? They did some research on different regions of the world, Africa, Asia, Europe, name it. I'm going to focus on what they found for Africa. They surveyed over 10,000 people in Africa. And this is what they found. They found that majority of the people that were surveyed said that they had experienced some kind of exploitation and trafficking in North Africa. The majority of those who reported having experienced either trafficking or exploitation or both came from, had these experiences in North Africa. And the two countries that have been named, like these are the problematic areas, Morocco and Tunisia. And Tunisia is even worse. And this is where this whole experience happened with Mika. So that's what happened. And let me give you a snippet into who these respondents were, like these people that were interviewed or surveyed. Sudanese in Tunisia, they were the most affected. And remember, they have very dark skin. So they are susceptible to discrimination, okay? And this is, I'm reporting for North Africa. Now let's go to what's happening in West Africa and East Africa as far as this report goes. There was a much lower prevalence of trafficking and exploitation among respondents. In West Africa, they only had 3%, and East and Southern Africa, who had 3.9%, making these reports about exploitation and trafficking. And this, again, I want to say, is a report that was published by Chloe Sydney. Organization is known as Mixed Migration Center. You can Google them up and get this report and read it for yourself. What they're telling us is that predominantly trafficking, smuggling, and all this is happening in the northern part of Africa, guys. It's not happening predominantly, it's not pervasive in places like East Africa, in Kenya, where I'm from, Rwanda, Uganda, okay, Tanzania, Burundi. These are not places where you're going to experience this. If you go south to Zambia, to Namibia, to Botswana, to South Africa, you're not going to have these experiences. If you're going to go to West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Togo, you're not going to have, there's a very little likelihood of you having this experience. So guys, it was unfortunate that Mika went through this. It was terrible that she went through this. No woman traveling by herself or with her friends or anything like that should have to go through such an experience. It was very, very terrible. And we are grateful that she came back alive.
Jameka Ivy, a fellow sister, was kidnapped inside of her hotel in Tunisia, Africa. She was staying at the Penthouse Suites. She fought back. She was beaten badly, and to this day has not received justice. She literally had the fight of her life, but instead of protection and accountability, she's been met with silence. The hotel, the authorities, no one has stepped up to take responsibility. It was by the grace of God that she won this fight for her life and was able to make it back to her family and also share her story with us, because that takes bravery. And it's on all of us to help share her story and to help make this world a better place and a safer place for all of us, but more specifically women. Because as women, unfortunately, the risks associated with travel are so much higher, and even more so as Black women. And as a fellow traveler myself, I know all too well all the risks. Mika's story is not just a warning, it's a call for justice. We need accountability from the Tunisian authorities and from the U.S. government to protect women abroad. I am afraid to even allow myself to imagine how many people have not made it home safely. So please share this, not just to spread safety tips, but to make sure her story is heard. Please go to her page, which is here, share her videos with your family and your friends, repost everything, all of the things, and also donate to her GoFundMe, which can be found in my bio.
By now, many of us have seen the horrific nightmare that Jameka endured during and after being kidnapped in Tunisia. Thankfully, she's made it back home safely, but I encourage each of you to do at least one of the following things. Number 1, donate to her GoFundMe if you can. The link will be listed in the caption as well as in the comments. Number 2, leave a testimonial about Jameka's experience in the Google reviews of the Penthouse Hotel. For number 3, I'm going to let my mutual Imani take it away with some actionable steps you can take to help Jameka get justice.
I'm sharing 2 contacts, 1 for the United States Embassy in Tunisia and 2 for the Tunisian Embassy in the United States. You can either put in the subject line, Justice for Jameka, Jameka, or you can put American citizen kidnapped in Tunisia. In that email, you are going to state your disappointment in how it is that her case has been handled and that this hotel, and name the hotel, the Penthouse Suites Hotel in Tunis, needs to be held accountable for her kidnapping. And because they have continued to refuse to show her the video footage that she's looking for to prove she was kidnapped. Her video link is in my caption and you are going to include it within your email.
Traveling as Black women in an anti-Black and deeply misogynistic world is incredibly difficult. There is no one place that is completely safe for us. However, I wanted to share some practical tools that you can incorporate into your travel toolkit as a precaution. That said, I want to be very clear that anything that happens to you or is done to you by another person while you're traveling is not your fault. Oftentimes, giving safety tips does slip very easily into victim blaming. No matter how safe you are not responsible for the actions that another person decides to take. Now that we're in agreement on that, let's dive into step 1. Community is protection. Group travel is amazing as a protection mechanism, especially if you're traveling with a Black diaspora group, local community orgs, or other trusted travelers. But group travel is not enough. Creating touch points with cultural and community-based groups on the ground allows you to have anchors who can help you navigate multiple nuances of your trip before you even get there, and of course while you're there. As a Black traveler, know that nearly anywhere you go, there's a Black community-based organization that you can reach out to, make contact with before you even touch down. A lot of times, it is these groups that you can lean on for when institutional support fails, which leads me to number 2. Be prepared for the US Embassy and for the local police to not assist you. In fact, in some instances, be prepared for the local police to actually take the side of the offending party. One of the things that Jameka said was that the US Embassy was really of no help to her when she was on the ground. While there are consular services like the STEP program that travelers can take advantage of, which can be extremely helpful in receiving travel advisories of the destination that you're currently in, know that these services are not fail-safes, especially considering the administration in which they're currently operating. That is why it is incredibly important to have community-based touchpoints in case these institutions don't work. Number 3, choose vetted accommodations and activities. This sounds obvious, but I'm not just talking about Google reviews. I'm talking about forums for Black travelers, TikTok videos, and even Reddit. Even better, use those forums to find tour groups that have amazing and exceptional service, hire a tour guide from them, and lean on them for other recommendations for your trip. Number 4, prioritize safety over politeness. We've all been in certain situations that, despite making us uncomfortable, we just continue to go along with. That is a habit that I am still working to shed to this day, despite having traveled to so many countries. But it's time to normalize rerouting, removing yourself from a situation, or saying no unapologetically when a situation seems unsafe. I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you'd like examples on how to apply all of this into your travel routines. Remember to support Jameka with all the tips I gave in the beginning. And for those of you who are traveling soon and would like somebody to vet your itinerary, give you more strategies, or simply find more vetted accommodations, activities, etc. for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. We have multiple services that can help you figure out every single one of those aspects of your trip, and we look forward to helping you. Thank you so much, and to Jameka, we hope that you're able to find justice.
Are you following the story of the American lady that went to Tunisia on a vacation and then she got kidnapped? Like, they kidnapped this lady. It is only God that saved her. This story is wild. It's crazy. It's an emotional roller coaster, and I want you guys to listen to it. Maybe if you're planning on going on any vacation, this would actually teach you on how you can be safe, how you can get yourself protected and prepared for this type of uncertainty. So, according to her, she said by the time these people, the U.S. Embassy came, these people were showing her, asking her to speak to somebody. She realized that the person they asked her to speak to was a fake agent and a fake police officer. You know, they are still insisting that no, this did not happen at our hotel. This lady is saying that she needs justice. She needs to understand what happened to her. She's so confused. The hotel are bringing out statements saying it did not happen at their hotel. Okay, so why are you not showing me the camera of when I came back? They were insisting that the only footage they had was when she was coming back. And that was the only thing that they showed her. So this lady is kind of confused. And I'm wondering if this is how some people were actually kidnapped. Are we sure that some people have not been getting missing? Maybe it was only God that actually saved this girl. Because can you imagine going on vacation and then getting kidnapped? So there are so many speculations. A lot of people are saying that she lied, that she made it up, that she probably got into an altercation with one of the guys that she met at the club. This lady is saying guys at the club. What do you mean? Like, she didn't go out with any guy? Some people are saying, no, she made it up. She probably used that to cover up and everything. But I believe this girl. I believe her. She knows what she's talking about. That experience is very traumatic. Who would make that up? Who would make such a thing up? I just hope that she gets justice. You know, the U.S. Embassy is actually going to intervene and people are going to come to her rescue. So her name is Jameka and she needs justice. I feel very bad. I feel very sad for her. If you see this lady's face, if you see her body, like, imagine a mother that had her children waiting for her at home. The only thing she wanted to do is, like, take a break from being a mom. Take a break. Look at her. Just look at her. If she did not have the strength to fight, that's how this girl would have gotten missing. Her home would have just been a story of another person that went to another foreign land and got lost. But thank God for her life. Thank God she's here. I'm hoping that she continues to heal, because that's my prayer for her. I pray she continues to heal, because this is a very, very big disaster. So the hotel's name is called, I think it's called Penthouse Hotel in Tunisia, and they are insisting that this lady did not come back from the club. Yes, that it did not happen at their front desk. But Mika is telling them that she was there at the hotel. If she did not come back, you know, how did her purse and her phone get into her hotel room? Because she actually showed a video of herself at the club. She had her purse right on her shoulder, and she was making a video with her phone. And the recording that these people hotel are showing, she did not have her purse. So yeah, that girl had been at that hotel before that footage that they're showing. So if there is a footage before that, this hotel needs to show us. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for total healing. I'm praying for the intervention of God, and I'm praying that you get all the help and support that you need at this time.
All right, yeah, I just want to address the video I just saw regarding Tunisia. So myself, I'm active duty Coast Guard. I work on behalf of the embassies in a lot of different countries. I work with search and rescue software, where we go there to teach people how to, better save lives. And Tunisia is one of the countries that I frequently visit. I've been there at least 2 different times. So I want to just address a few things. I'll do like 5 videos of kind of like my experiences at Tunisia and things like that. But one thing I can tell you, yeah, it's a tragedy. But I'm not surprised as far as with the girl Mika getting, kidnapped. Going from a club to the hotel, then next, waking up in somebody's car. Unfortunately, Tunisia is definitely kind of dangerous for women in general, even more so for Black women, and even more so for someone that decides to go solo at it all. So Tunisia, I'm one of those people that I always go solo a lot of times, but Tunisia is one of the countries where I will not do it. I either go with a buddy or I just stay at the hotel, better call it safe. I will tell you that they don't even treat their own females with the dignity and respect they deserve. So they're definitely not going to treat you kindly being a foreigner, as far as, like how they treat you. But I just, whole point of this video, not to like fearmonger, but basically just give some education that the embassies, they track these kind of incidences. So one of the first things, I'm glad she did was actually talk to the embassy, because they'll take this into consideration.
A Black woman from Maryland was kidnapped in Tunisia last week. But her story is not an isolated incident, and what we found in our research is concerning for all Black travelers. Let's talk about it. What's up, y'all? My name is Leroy. I'm the editorial media director for Culture Travels Media, where every Friday we bring you travel news with our partners at Stamped. The story is still developing, so we're going to read verbatim exactly what Mika has reported in her testimony about the incident. And then we're going to share with you what we discovered in terms of a larger pattern of kidnapping Black migrants and Black tourists in Tunisia. Fortunately, Mika has made it back home. She's with her family and she's with her kids. She has sustained black eyes and bruises all over her body. She's alive, but after this story broke, we started to do some digging, and what we found reveals something much bigger in terms of the safety for Black migrants and Black tourists in Tunisia. Tunisia isn't just a place where Black travelers are being targeted. It's become a hotbed for human trafficking, and allegedly, Tunisian authorities are complicit. According to 3 testimonies from migrants who were rescued in the Mediterranean, Tunisian police are intercepting Black African migrants, handcuffing them and driving them to the Libyan border, where they're sold to militia. Listen to this. One survivor named Charlie from Cameroon said, "The Tunisian police sold us to kidnappers, Libyan bandits. The selling price was 150 dinars, approximately $25, less than the price of a goat. $25 for a human life." A woman named Ivana, 26, was living in Tunisia when police raided her home at night. She was handcuffed, driven to the desert, and handed to armed Libyan men. To get out, her sister in Cameroon went into debt to pay $690. Another woman, Aisha, 22, watched 2 of her friends die in a Libyan detention center. She was held for 8 months. When one of her friends died in her lap, she cried and was beaten for it. These aren't random incidents. This is a documented pattern. In October of 2024, the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights raised concerns about migrants being sold by Tunisian security forces to armed groups in Libya. In January 2025, a report called State Trafficking presented evidence of systemic targeting of Black migrants in Tunisia through mass raids, detention without due process, and forced transfer to Libyan traffickers. And here's what makes it worse. The European Union and Italy are funding Tunisians' border enforcement through migration deals, knowing this is happening. So when we hear about Mika, a Black American woman on vacation, being drugged and almost trafficked, we have to ask ourselves, are Black tourists being targeted in the same networks that are trafficking migrants? The truth is, we don't know yet, but what we do know is Tunisia is not safe for Black travelers right now. Tunisia markets itself as a tourist destination, beautiful Mediterranean beaches, rich history, and affordable luxury. But behind the tourism facade, Black bodies, whether migrants or tourists, are being treated as disposable. Mika, when she tried to get help from the hotel staff, they denied her. They said that this didn't happen, the same way that authorities deny what's happening to migrants. Last thing we want to do is discourage you all from visiting any place, especially other Black countries. But this is bigger than travel recommendations. This is about a system of anti-Black violence being enabled by state actors and the rest of the world looking away because migrant agreements are more important than Black lives. So here's our recommendation. If you're planning to travel to Tunisia, don't. You know someone who's there, tell them to leave. And if you're working with a travel agency that's still encouraging you to visit Tunisia, ask them why are they putting Black lives at risk.
Hey y'all, we need to talk. The conversation we're about to have is super sensitive. This is to bring light and awareness to the situation that happened with the Black American lady that got abducted in Tunisia. And we finna get deep. I am ethnically Malian, which is a country really not too far from Libya or Tunisia. 3 hours away, literally. It is so sad, but it's the truth. And I'm also gonna be super personal. My heart goes out to Mika, the lady from, I think, Maryland, who got kidnapped in Tunisia, which is an Arab country in North Africa. Arab country. And I don't really come on here, I guess, talk about stuff this really deep because it's just like, it's a lot, you know, people got their thoughts and opinions, but we know. We know. I feel like the only way y'all gonna really understand what I'm about to say, North Africa is basically the sundown town of Africa. Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, and Morocco. Stay away. Stay away. As a Black person in general, I don't care where you're from, America, Caribbeans, wherever you are from, please do not go to North Africa. They do not like anything that looks like me because they don't look like us. Human trafficking, kidnapping, all of that, slavery is very normalized in North Africa. And that's not to generalize to say all North Africans are racist, but majority of them are. They do not like anything that looks like me. Don't do it, y'all. So a little bit of context, I am from Mali, which makes me ethnically Malian, which is right here. As you can see, Algeria, right here, Libya, and Tunisia, and Morocco. There is an open, active slave market in Libya as we speak, and has been around for a very long time. My cousin was one of them. He was captured and sold in Libya, owned by a whole nother family. My blood cousin was captured in Libya and sold as a slave. This happened 2 years ago. A slave, anymore. He was captured along with his other friends, and they are no longer here with us. God forbid what the Libyans have done with them. My cousin was the only one who had made it alive, and they shipped him on a boat to Italy. I had a cousin who made it out. And it's so sad that this is actually the norm in North Africa, especially in Tunisia and in Libya. Libya has an open slave market. They was not expecting her to make it through to be able to tell a story on TikTok. I can promise you that. And it's sad to say that this is so normalized. Like, I have an older sister who lives in Morocco, and she's been rejected by every single employer she's ever tried to work with. And their reasoning being, oh, we didn't know you were Black. What? Mind you, Mali and Morocco is like right there, maybe an hour. Mind you, Moroccans are still Africans. But, you know, let them tell it. They say they're not Africans because they're not Black. Us West Africans, we know not to go to North Africa. As y'all can see, this is Libya. Next door is Algeria. Right below that is Mali, where I'm from. In Libya, there's an open slave market to this day. Slavery. Black Africans know not to cross the line and go to. And it's just so sad to see that this actually happened in 2025 in broad daylight over there. And the fact that she made it out, she fought. Like, when you see those bruises and the marks that she has all over her face. But again, like I said, this is like an awareness video to, we just gonna say, Black Americans, or if you're just a Black person from any part of the world, please do not visit North Africa. A lot of West, South, and even East Africans were having an uproar, like, say North Africa, because we don't really associate ourselves with them, to be honest, because they don't want to be called Africans because they don't look like us, because they're like... And it's sad to say that this is such a common thing that happens in North Africa. It's very common. North Africans do not like people that look like us. I'ma always say, if you want to come to the African continent, please do your research. Know what countries you want to come to. Egyptians on that, Moroccans on that, Libyans on that, Tunisians actually hate Black people. You will hear an Egyptian, Moroccan say, I am not African, I am Arab, because they were colonized by the Arabs. But if that's the case, then I'm French, right? My country was colonized by the French, so what do you mean? To see that happen was one of the most saddest and traumatic situations that I've, like, I guess, seen on live. Like, her posting that TikTok video, I was like, no way. But then it wasn't shocking to me because North Africans, they actually, baby.
If you are an American, the worst thing you can do if you get kidnapped in Africa, I'm speaking for the continent of Africa, 90%, probably 99% of the countries there, the cops can be purchased. So calling the cops is one of the worst things you can do. Contacting the U.S. consulate should be number one on your priority list. So I watched this video about this girl who was in Tunisia and she got kidnapped. But one thing you can do is when you're in a foreign country, especially when you're in a situation like that, is contact the police. That most of these countries, I'm West African, so I can speak for basically 99% of the countries in Africa. The police can be bought. If you contact the police, that is the worst thing. Contact the U.S. consulate. I know the U.S. politics is shit right now, but if you're traveling and you're in any type of situation, the U.S. consulate is your best friend. They will see to you. The one thing is that outside of the U.S. prioritize their citizens because anybody, literally the police can be in cahoots with whoever kidnapped her. They can get paid off easily to get out of a situation like that. You're probably sometimes even in more danger by calling the cops than you are safe. So I thank God that she's safe right now, and her story is crazy, but this is what happens when you're traveling to anywhere, basically anywhere. This stuff can happen anywhere. So
on the topic of Jameka, the black woman who was kidnapped in Tunisia, she don't need to address this because I hope she's at home healing with her children and her loved ones. But I'm going to address some of these comments and dispel some of these myths. On one hand, I've seen a lot where people say black Americans don't travel. We don't go anywhere. Then at the same time, when we do, all of a sudden, we're going to the wrong places. Why would you go there? And everywhere that I've been in the world, traveling and living abroad, as a black Muslim woman, every single place that I have gone, somebody has told me that that group of people don't like me there. Whether my blackness, my Muslimness, my womanness, every single place. And I obviously places like Italy where people are like, don't ever go there. I've always had an amazing time in Italy. I lived in China. Never bothered, didn't have any serious issues, but a lot of people have experienced something. This idea that you can blanket one particular place or one particular group of people, unless they're white supremacists, or isn't real, just doesn't leave room for nuance, and that contextually, everybody has a different experience. And it's interesting to me that when those Wonder Bread girls booked their flights to Tunisia instead of Tunis, France, I saw 100,000 videos following up talking about how you should stop in Tunisia. Tunisia's beautiful. Now, all of a sudden, a black woman gets online and says, with evidence, just the markings on her face alone, that she was kidnapped in Tunisia. Now, all of a sudden, oh, no, you shouldn't go there. You can be well-traveled and you can be self-aware. But wherever it is that there's bad people, something bad can happen.
If you did not see this story this weekend, let me catch you up on what happened. So the woman talking in the video, her name is Mika, and her friend took a trip to Tunisia, and Mika said she was kidnapped from her hotel after they came back from a club. So after the club, they went back to the hotel. They had separate rooms. Mika realizes that she doesn't have any tissues. So she goes downstairs to get that. She leaves her phone, her purse, all of that in a room. She said after that, all she remembers is waking up in somebody's car. She starts fighting for her life to get out. She's able to get out of the car, and she eventually finds a cab and makes it back to the hotel. She gets back to her hotel, and this is Penthouse Suites in Tunis. The hotel staff, she said, was not helpful at all. They would only show her surveillance video from when she was running back into the hotel. Nothing before it. Thankfully, she and her friend are back home and safe, but the hotel is still refusing to release that footage. And I think this is a good reminder for all of us, especially women, for things to just consider before we go out of the country. First of all, we should all be looking at travel advisories in the countries that we're traveling to and what parts of those countries those travel advisories are for. The second thing is to know the contact information of the U.S. Embassy for the destination that you're traveling to. For Americans, that is our first line of defense and protection. Also, it can't hurt to enroll in something called the STEP program. That's the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. It is a free enrollment program where you register your trip with the nearest U.S. Embassy or consulate. That makes it easier for them to get in touch with you if something goes down. With all that said, let's talk about this in the comments.
Why are Africans complaining that, oh, she should not have said Africa, she should have said the country name? No one knows Tunisia. The last time I heard about Tunisia was when I was in preschool, when I was little, when I was studying geography. No one knows Tunisia. You all have to understand that this woman is in pain. You want her to be selectful on her words? Of course she's going to say it's Africa. It's somewhere in Africa. Tunisia is in Africa. Stop complaining. If we're doing things right, she won't say Africa. Tunisia is in North Africa. Let me tell you all, a lot of Muslim countries in North Africa are not safe, mostly for women. It's not safe. And they was not trying to kidnap her. I feel they was trying to harvest her organ because maybe she's black and they think, oh, no one will care for her when she get missing. Okay? They didn't know that she was going to fight so hard to get released. I guess maybe the hotel was in it on it because they didn't care. When she was talking about, oh, I got kidnapped, can I see the CCTV footage? They didn't care about that. I think they was trying to harvest her organ.